In this video, I'm going to show you how to implement a singly linked list. Specifically, we're going to cover how to insert nodes into a linked list, how to remove them, as well how to traverse a linked list. So what exactly is a linked list? Well, a linked list is a data structure that stores data in a chain of nodes, such as this one here, where each node will contain a value and a pointer to the next node. So as you can see from the arrows, the singly linked list can only be traversed in one direction, meaning we can go from A to E, but not the opposite way, not from E to A. And always remember that the last node will point to null. And null basically means this is the end of the linked list. Now, a lot of textbooks will not draw the last node pointing to null because it is implied. So we'll do the same. In future diagrams, we will not be drawing this part. And also, the first node in the linked list is called the head node, and the last node is called the tail. Now, I'm going to show you how to insert nodes into a singly linked list. There are three cases. The first one is at the beginning, the second is at the end, and the third one is somewhere in between or at a specified index. So at the very beginning, our linked list is going to be empty. And how can we tell if it's empty? Well, it's empty when both the head and the tail point to null. We can create a new node, and all we have to do is point head and tail to this new node, just like this. And here is our pseudocode. We create a new node and check if the list is empty. And that's if the head is null. You don't really have to check if the tail is null. You can just check the first one. And if the list is empty, we just point the head to the new node. So this means point head to new node and point the tail to the new node. Let's go through the first case, which is inserting nodes at the beginning of the linked list. So here is our current linked list, and we're gonna call insert at beginning with the value b. The first step is to create the new node. The second step is to connect the new node to the head node. And we need to update our pointers here because B is now the new head. So we make B the head, and that's basically it. So here is the pseudocode for inserting nodes at the beginning. We start off by creating the new node, then check if the list is empty. If it's not empty, then we connect the new node to the head. So that's what this does. New node.next points to the head, and now we update the pointer. So point the head to the new node. And finally, you need to increase the size variable. So the size variable keeps track of the number of nodes currently inside the list. When you insert a new node, you need to increase the size as well. Let's cover the second case for insertion, which is inserting nodes at the end of the list. So here is our current list, and we want to insert at the end with the value c. The first step is to create the new node, and then the second step is simply point the tail or connect the tail to the new node. The third step is to make this one the new tail. And here's the pseudocode for inserting at the end. We start off with creating a new node, then check if the list is empty. We've already covered this part. And if it's not empty, we connect the tail to the new node. So that's what this line here does. Tail.next points to the new node. We update the tail pointer, so tail now points to the new node. And finally, we increase the size. I'm going to show you how to insert a node at a specific index. So let's say this is our linked list currently, and we want to insert E at index 2, meaning we want to insert E at index 2 like this. We first create the new node, and then we create a new pointer. This pointer is called current. Our goal is to put E at index 2. So we need to bring current to the node before index 2, meaning we want to bring current to this one. So all we have to do is move current up to B. And the next step is very simple. We connect the new node to the one at index 2. So connect E to C, and the line of code to do that is new node.next points to current.next. So what exactly does this mean? What is current.next? So here is current. Current.next is C. And now new node.next will point to that. So that's why we have new node. And the next one, the next is basically the pointer, it points to C. That's really all it means. And we're ready for the last step. We no longer want B to point to C. Instead, we want B to point to E. So that's what we need to do. And the line of code to do that is current.next will now point to new node. So this diagram is really the same as this one. And now, as you can see, E is at index 2. Here is the pseudocode. Feel free to pause the video and take a look at it. Just one thing to note is that in this pseudocode, the for loop is inclusive, meaning for I is equal to 0 to index -2 inclusively. Now, I have an exercise for you, so go ahead and try to insert E at index 3 in this linked list, and you should get this as the result. Now, I'm going to show you how to update a node or how to retrieve a value in a linked list. Let's say we want to retrieve the value at index 2, so we want to retrieve C. The first step is to create a new pointer called current and point it to the head. We want to move current up the list until we reach index 2. So move current to the right and move it to the right, and now we're at index 2. And we simply return the value at the current node, which is C. So this pseudocode will explain how to do it. We point current to the head, and we have this for loop, which is inclusive, by the way. So that's for I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to index -1, I plus plus. We move current to the right, and once we reach the index, we simply return the value. We start at the very beginning. So current points to head. We have this for loop. So what is index -1? We're trying to get the value at index 2, right? So 2 minus 1 is going to be 1. And now we're gonna do this from 0 to 1 inclusive. So we start at I is equal to 0. What is current.next going to be? Well, here is current, and current.next is this one. This line basically means we point current to this dot. So that's what it does. And the effect, as you can see, is that current moves to the right, and now I equals 1, and we do the same thing. So we move current to the right, and now I equals 2, but we exit from the for loop. We're at the last line. So return current.value basically means we return the C at the current node. So it turns out that updating a value inside a node is very similar to retrieving a value from a node. Let's go ahead and change the value at index 2 to E. Just like last time, we point current to the head and we move current to the right until we reach that index, and we simply change the value. So here is the pseudocode. It stays mostly the same except for the last line. Now, I'm going to show you how to traverse a syncly linked list, and let's say we want to print out the list as we traverse it. So here is the pseudocode, and you don't really have to use the for loop. You can also use the while loop. So the while loop would be while current is not equal to null, and then you basically keep these two lines the same. But a tip that I have for you on your exam is to use a for loop instead of the while loop for the linked list traversal. The reason is the code is going to stay the same for the syncly linked list, the duply, and the circular linked list. But if you use the while loop, then the condition is going to change for each type. That's basically my tip. Just use a for loop and it's going to work for all three types. Now, I'm going to show you how to delete or remove nodes from a singly linked list. There are three cases. We're going to remove the node at the beginning, at a certain index, and at the end of the linked list. The edge case is when you try to remove a node from an empty linked list. And the linked list is empty when the head and the tail are null. In this case, you don't need to do anything and just exit from the function. And this is also an edge case. So what happens when we try to remove the only node inside the linked list? The head and the tail both point to this node, and all you have to do is set the head to null and set the tail to null. And in Java, this node is going to be put in the garbage collection. So here's the pseudocode for this part, which is if head is equal to tail, then set the head and the tail to null. Now, let's go through the first case, which is removing the first node inside the linked list. We first create a pointer called old head and point it to head. Now, A is the value that we want to delete, so create a variable called value, and value equals to A. The next step is to move this head to the right. So that's what we're going to have. And the last step is to remove this link. And that's really all you have to do. So our linked list now becomes BCD. And here is the pseudocode. We first store the value of the node that we want to delete, and then point old head to the head. We also covered this if statement right here. And this line of code here moves the head to the right. And this one will remove the link between those two nodes. Now, when you remove a node from the linked list, you need to decrease the size variable. And finally, you return the deleted value, which is the value of the node that we just removed. Next up, I'll show you how to remove the last node inside the list. We store the value of the node that we're going to remove, which is D. And unfortunately, in a singly linked list, there's no easy way to remove the last node. What you have to do is create a pointer called current and traverse all the way to the second last node. So now we point current to the head, we move current to the right, and we move it to the right again, and now we're at the second last node. Finally, we remove the link between current and tail. So remove this link, and then we point tail to the current. Now our list becomes A, B, and C. And here is the pseudocode. We've already covered the part where there's only one node inside the linked list, and that's this if statement right here. Now, for the case where there are many nodes, we first point the current to the head, and then what this does, it's going to move current to the second last node. So what happens after this while loop? After this while loop, this condition is no longer true, which means after this while loop, current.next equals tail. And the rest is pretty straightforward. We just store the value of the node that we want to remove, which is the tail, and then we unlink between the current node and the tail node. So that's what this line does. And finally, we point tail to the current and we decrease the size variable. Now, I'm going to show you how to remove a node at a certain index. Let's remove the node at index 2, which is C. We first point current to the head. We move current to the right until we reach the node that is before index 2. So that's going to be here. So current moves to the node before index 2. We mark this node as the one that we want to delete. So the line of code to do that is to delete points to current.next. And the next part is my favorite. Instead of pointing from here to here, we point from here to here. To do that, all you have to do is current.next points to delete.next. So let me explain this one more time. What is toDelete.next? Here is toDelete. So toDelete.next is this one, right? Now, we have current.next points to that. And the last step is to remove this link right here. And you can achieve that with toDelete.next equals null. That's going to remove the link. Our list becomes A, B, and D. So here is the pseudocode, and remember that the for loop here is inclusive. So go ahead and pause this video and go through the pseudocode and try to remove the node at index 2, just like what we did. So here is the Java code implementation for a singly linked list. I'm going to put that down in the comments below. And that's basically it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and also let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below.